Hello, everyone. Welcome to the October 2020 Tech and Treats for MCTV. My name is Jonathan Grabowski. I'm the Executive Director here at MCTV, and this month's Tech and Treat topics is going to be on the Padcaster that we have. One of the things that we've been working on or doing over the past few months, when we've been bringing in some new equipment over the past few months, is kind of introducing it to the world in the sense of like, here's an easy introduction to some things that we have going on. So we've talked about podcasting equipment. We've talked about, Haley, remind me what we talked about last month?
Last month was the ring light.
So last month was the ring light, and this month is the Padcaster. And this is a really cool piece of equipment that we have that allows you to use an iPad Pro and use it almost as a mobile production studio. It's something that we have for staff, something that we are able to sign to members. So it's a great way to learn how to produce content from home or take it out in the field if you don't want to lug a camera and tripod and all that sort of stuff. So to introduce the Padcaster this evening is Haley Herman, our production assistant at MCTV. She's going to be going through that. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. And also, we will be recording this session and we'll be posting it to social media. So if you missed it, you can feel free to watch it anytime. So Haley, you can take it away.
All right, sounds good. So hello, everybody. Welcome to this month's Tech and Treats on the Padcaster. My name is Haley Herman. I am MCTV's production assistant. And if you might remember our first virtual Tech and Treats, it was on using Zoom to create content. And I had a little green screen background of the MCTV studio. And as you can see, now I am in the real MCTV studio. So this month we're going to be talking about the Padcaster, and I am actually using the Padcaster right now to join everyone tonight. I have it set up on a tripod. I'm literally just on an iPad right now. I mean, I am taking advantage of our awesome studio, but yeah, like John said, it's basically kind of a mobile studio that you can bring anywhere with you. It turns an iPad into your own little mini TV studio. It is the coolest thing ever, and I'm super excited to talk about it tonight. And we do have a presentation for you, and I'm going to ask Jonathan if you are able to share your screen, because it's kind of awkward for me to get up to the iPad and do this. So if you would share your screen for me, thank you. And I have a little presentation for you. All right, so yes, this month's Tech and Treats topic is using the Padcaster. And you want to go to the first slide for me, please? Or the next slide? Thank you. So what is the Padcaster? And like I said before, the Padcaster is a device that uses an iPad to help you produce live broadcasts or videos either at home. So if you have a little kind of studio makeshift at home or in your room, office, whatever, you can do that. Or if you want to bring it anywhere, you can do that. You do it remotely. We actually used our Padcaster to do a live stream of the North Community Church Rib Cook-Off back in, I believe that was September. So that was pretty cool. And it comes with everything you need to produce a high quality shoot, including a tripod and a shotgun microphone. And like I've basically been saying, it helps you create a professional studio quality broadcast right in your own home or anywhere you want. Next slide, please. And so what can you use the Padcaster for? It's very versatile. You can use it for pretty much anything you can think of. So one example is live streams, like I said before, either at home or on the go. Interviews, if you want to shoot a quick interview with someone, let's say outside their place of business, and like we said before, you don't want to lug around a camera and everything like that, or it's just going to be kind of a quick thing for social media, the Padcaster is really useful for that. Virtual events. This is a big one, especially nowadays in the age of COVID and virtual conferences. So things like conferences, weddings, webinars, things like that, classes, if you wanted to do that, Zoom meetings, just kind of like what I'm doing right now. And if you want to just make some regular video shoots, you want to shoot a vlog or anything like that, you can use the Padcaster for pretty much anything you can think of. And in the next slide, I do have some examples of that if you'd like to. There we go. So these are some examples of the Padcaster in action. You can see we have weddings, some live broadcasts. So in this case, it looks kind of like a live news report. And that third picture is corporate events and conferences. Actually, Jonathan used the Padcaster at his wedding earlier this month. So do you kind of want to talk about that, how that worked for you?
Yeah, sure. I'm just unmuting myself. So, got married at the beginning of the month in October, and because of COVID and everything else, some of my wife's family were unable to attend the wedding because they live in another country. So, what did we do? We zoomed them in, and we zoomed them in using the Padcaster. So, before our wedding ceremony, I set up our Padcaster, hooked up the Zoom, and my wife's family, who lives in another country, was able to watch our wedding ceremony, and then afterwards we were able to use it and talk to them. It was actually really our photographer was super impressed by it, and I got an email from her like 2 days later asking like, "What is that product you used? It is so cool. I'd like to get one and offer it as part of my services." So there's now a wedding photographer in Boston that's using a Padcaster to add the video streaming element to her packages.
Yeah, thank you for that. So that's kind of the point I'm trying to get across here, is that you can use it for video, but it's up to you what you want to use it for. If you want to make a fun little virtual event with your friends, you didn't get to do, or something got canceled, you can do it like that. So let's say you want to have a virtual birthday party on Zoom. The Padcaster is pretty pretty handy for that. And so on the next slide, I'm going to explain to you how to actually set up the Padcaster. And I do have right here the materials you'll need. So I will put these on the desk. And I will try to make it so it's easy to see. So setting up the Padcaster, it's a very similar process to setting up a regular camera and a tripod, except you're using an iPad instead. It is a little different than a traditional tripod, but only to like extending the legs and things like that. But it's pretty much the same process. You have the little bubble in it that will show you if it's centered, if it's straight, same kind of latches. It's just a little bit, I don't know the way to describe it. For me, I guess I could say it's a little bit more unusual. Here, I'm actually going to unzip it now and show you what the tripod looks like. So yeah.
You want me to take out share screen for you?
Oh, sure. Yeah, for a second. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is what the actual tripod looks like. And as you can see, the way I explained it, it is slightly different. Instead of extending it like the normal way you're probably used to, you got to kind of fold it down. So this is the tripod it comes with, but you can see it's very similar to a tripod for a traditional camera. So that's why I will say the Padcaster is pretty easy to learn in that aspect, because it is similar to your traditional camera, tripod, everything like that. It just takes a little getting used to, because the controls are a little different and you're using an iPad instead of a camera. So that's where it gets a little tricky. I know for me personally, and I'm still learning how the Padcaster works. This is my first, like I said, this is my first time legitimately using it. I've kind of just been playing with it the last few weeks. So I'm still even learning. And it's, it takes a minute to get used to, especially because it's using an iPad. Like I've said, it's using an iPad instead of a camera. So it's a little bit, it just takes some time. And so you'll see in here, we have it all set up for you in the case you'll need. I am holding it upside down. I apologize. There's the iPad, close on me. And then we'll have in here, I'll open this up. This is the shotgun microphone. Again, very similar to a microphone you'll get with a camera. So yeah, that's basically everything you'll need. And so if we want to go back to our presentation right now, I'll go in a little deeper to the apps you can use and how you can put it to use. Thank you very much. All right. So like I said before, similar process to setting up a camera and a tripod, instead using an iPad. And so from there, that's where all your options will come in. You can log into Zoom or Periscope, Facebook, any other app you want to use to go live or record. And then from there, you'll set up everything you need on each specific app. So on Zoom, you want to access your meeting. Facebook, you want to go to your account and go live. If you're simply recording a vlog or just a regular video, you can just go to the camera app on the iPad and just press record as you normally would. And with the Padcaster, if you really want to add to that studio aspect, you can use additional lighting such as the ring light we went over last month to add to your production. Like I did here, I was like, all right, I'm gonna take this mobile studio thing literally. I'm going to basically set up the iPad and take advantage of the lighting I have here and the background I have here to create, add a little something. So it's fun. And then if you want to go to the next slide, I did show you before, but just in case you couldn't see, this is everything that will come in the bags we rent out. So as you can see from left to right on your screen, there's the shotgun microphone, and then in that little bag is the windscreen. So if you're shooting something outside, like a sporting event, and you kind of want to do your best to filter out the wind, you want to put that on, and that'll help you out a little bit. And then after that is the actual iPad, like I showed you before. And then to the right of that is the connection to the iPad from the microphone, so the dongle. And then far right is the actual shotgun microphone that will go on top of the iPad, very similar to how it goes on top of a traditional camera. And then the next slide is how it will look when it's all set up. There we go. That's over in Studio B at MCTV. So we have the iPad on the tripod. And then if you look to the right, you'll see all the apps you have. So there's Zoom, YouTube, you want to do YouTube Live, Facebook, Facebook Live, Periscope, Twitter. Pretty sure you can still go live on Twitter, or they might just do it through Periscope. I'm more of a Instagram girl myself. So yeah, we have a lot of options on the Padcaster for you to use, whether it's going live, streaming an event, or just recording a fun vlog with your friends. The Padcaster can help you do it all. And then on the next slide after this is kind of my little Padcaster setup over in Studio B. There's me in my Harvard hoodie. I did not go to Harvard. I just wear that to look cool. But yeah, so like I said before, if you want to use additional lighting to kind of add to your studio element, you can use, you can rent out the ring light at MCTV, or you can take advantage of, if you wanted to use the Padcaster, but you don't really want to rent out anything additional, you are welcome to use our studios as well if you want to kind of add a little something to your production. And so next slide, please. Does anybody have any questions?
Looking in the chat, and I don't see any. Yeah, so I think that's pretty straightforward, Haley.
Yeah.
I think you covered everything here, and if anybody wants to come in and learn how to use the Padcaster or has any questions, they can reach out to you, or they can watch this tutorial again. So once again, thank you for putting this on, Haley.
Really yeah, of course. And then I'd also, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd also just like to say, even if you're watching this later and you are interested in becoming an MCTV member and you want to be trained on the Padcaster, or we also have lighting, we have regular cameras, we have DSLRs. If you want to become a member, rent out equipment, training, you can visit us at marshfieldtv.org/get-involved, or you can call the station or pay us a visit. So yeah, we are always welcoming new members. So come join us.
Great. So thank you very much, Haley, and thanks for everybody for watching this. Hope to see you in the station soon. All right. So take care, everyone. Have a great